Selecting channels is a fundamental part of working with Congo, and groups is a fundamental way of speeding that up. You can store any number of channels into a group and recall all those channels with just a single number. I'll show you. Channel selection in itself is covered in a different tutorial, so I'm not going to cover that. In this tutorial, I'm going to use the mouse to select channels. I don't recommend you to do that. It's just more obvious as I show you now. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. If I want those channels to be a group, I hold the record key and press group. This opens the record group dialog where I can give a name. I can down arrow to modify and hit modify to confirm. Now my group is recorded. If I enter 0 channel to deselect my channels, I now enter 1 and I press group on the console and I've selected these channels. You could stop right here. You know enough about groups to use them, but if you hang around another minute or two, I'll show you some more perks. So I'll deselect these channels. I want to show you two more things that are stored in groups. First of all, if there is a level to a channel, it will be stored. If there is no level, the channel will be stored with a marked level of 0. So groups can store levels if you want to. Second of all, I am selecting channels in a specific order here. 1, 17, 33, 19, 5, 4, 3, 2. Groups will remember the order in which channels are selected. So if I hold record and press group, I get the dialog again. I'll give it a name, down arrow, and modify. Now I could have entered a number before I held record and press group, and it would have had that number. So now, 1 group gives me group 1, 2 group gives me group 2. And if I use the next key to select the channels one by one within the group, they'll be selected in the order they were selected when I recorded that group. To see your groups and to see the channel selection order, and if you want to trim them or edit them, there's a group list. Just press the group key. This opens the group list. It's a normal editor with a channel view on top and a list view on the bottom. So in the list view, I use the down arrow to go between groups and the right arrow to select columns. In the text column, I can edit text, hit modify, add text, or backspace and take away text, modify to close editing. The note column, we just forget for now because it has nothing to do with this tutorial. The next column is nothing you can edit, but it shows you the recorded channel order. So you can't edit it, but it shows you the order the channels were selected in. If you want a different order, you have to delete the group and re-record it with a new selection order. If you want to take away or add a channel to a group, just use your selection tools for channels as you would. So 1 channel 0 level will take that out. The top will turn purple to let me know that something has changed. I can now hit update, or I'll try to leave this editor with escape and I'll get the update dialog. Hit modify to confirm. I'll hit escape to close the group list, and the last thing I'll show you is that there's a small group list in the browser. So I hit the browser key, I use the down arrow to go to main show data, right arrow, down arrow, right arrow. These are my 2 groups in the groups node, and if I press the load key, they're selected. If I press the modify key, I open the editor for that group.